I can do anything. I can reach any goal today. I can do what I want. I can be what I want to be.
Hi guys, Katie Azevedo from SchoolHabits.com. And this video is about how to study vocabulary words so that you remember them long term. So let me start with the absolute worst way to study vocabulary words is to list out the words on the piece of paper and the definitions on this side and then study that paper. What? You do this? Yeah, you do, right? Of course. Most students do. I used to. But if you study vocab words this way, you're probably just forgetting the words the next day, right? Like they last for like 24 hours, if that. So how do we study words so that we actually remember them a day later? Is this even a thing? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. So here is the study hack. Here's how you remember new vocab for more than 24 hours. Wait for it. Ready? You think about the word. Yeah, you think about the word. Now I know that sounds so lame, but stay with me here, okay? I'm gonna walk you through this. If you study vocab just by looking at a word and its definition, even if you do this over and over again, you're only accessing that word from one angle. You're only seeing and understanding one side of the word. You're only giving yourself like one handle.
I'm gonna get you.
By which to grab onto the word and remember it. It's not cool. It's definitely not effective. So like I said, the best way to study and then remember new vocab words long term is to think about it, work with it, talk about it, picture it, connect it to something else you know. Think about the word. Now listen, when you think about a word, you're coming at it from different angles, right? Which increases your understanding of the word as well as your chances of remembering it long term. When you think about a word and then you connect it to something you already know, you're giving it a context, right? A place to live inside your brain. In a way, you're giving yourself more handles by which to grab onto the word and remember it. You still with me here? Okay, so at the risk of sounding even more fluffy-wuffy, you want to think of your word like an octopus. This is my octopus. Okay, the more legs that you give it, or the more ways that you think about the word, the more ways you'll have to hold on to it or remember it. Handles, octopus legs, whatever. You get what I'm saying, right? So let's look at an example. So take the word cathartic. Oh, fun fact, this is my absolute favorite word, so of course that one came to mind. And yeah, I just admitted that I have a favorite word. Anyways, if we write cathartic on one side of a piece of paper, or like a flashcard, and the definition on the other, and the definition is providing psychological or emotional relief through an act of purging, on the other side, our only chance of learning that word is if we memorize the definition. And we all know that doesn't work, or it works for like this long until we forget it, right? But if we think about the word, we'll remember it better. So here is what thinking of the word could look like if you were to get inside my head. Like, this is what I would say to myself as I try to think about the word cathartic, all right? So you're going into my head right now. Beware, you need a helmet. Okay, I would think cathartic. That's a good word. We like things that are cathartic. Oh, going for a run is cathartic because I feel better afterwards. Cathartic has the word cat in it. Petting my cat makes me release emotional tension. So petting the cat is cathartic because it has the word cat in it. When I feel anxious, I should try to do something cathartic to feel better. When I feel better, I've reached catharsis. Catharsis is a state of feeling better after having released tension. Cathartic has heart, spelled wrong, in it, which sounds like heart. So something that's cathartic is gonna make our hearts feel better. Cathartic also has art in it, and I like to paint when I'm stressed. So making art is cathartic too. I'm stressed, so maybe I should go do something cathartic. Okay, come out of my head now. It can get a little much in there. You probably need a minute. Okay, but that is really what I mean by thinking about the word. Like, it's word association. You think of the word, it makes you think of something else, you connect that to something you know, and it sounds crazy, and it's not fun, and it's not what most teachers teach when they say, here, study vocabulary. Why don't you really think about these words? But if you think about it, the whole point of studying vocab is to learn the words for more than a couple hours. You have to put a little bit of effort into this if you actually want to remember the words for more than a couple hours. Like I said, reading the book, reading a list of words over and over again doesn't work. You gotta do this stuff. This is what people do, all right? Also, to take this one step further, we could try to use cathartic like 3 times over the course of the day. Just by forcing ourselves to use the word 3, 4, I don't know, pick a number, times, we're thinking about the word each of those times. So you could be thinking like, is now a good time to use it? Or let's see if I can pop the word into this conversation right now. Oh crap, I've only used the word twice, I gotta use it one more time. And every time I think about this word, I'm giving it more handles or octopus legs or whatever you like, to hold on to it. So this is kind of cool. Did you know that we learn new words in 4 stages? Yeah, word learning happens in 4 stages. This is like a science thing. So if you're trying to learn new vocabulary words long term, it can be helpful to know these 4 stages, because if the whole point is of you watching this video, of you going through school, of you taking a class of any sort, is to learn this stuff, right? And obviously it can be helpful to know how we learn. That can help you learn the stuff you're supposed to learn. And that's what I'm teaching you. So vocab learning happens in 4 stages. Number 1, stage 1 is unknown word. You don't recognize it. Stage 2 is called initial recognition. This is when you've seen or heard the word before. You might be able to pronounce it, but you don't know the definition. Stage 3 is called partial word knowledge. You know one common definition of the word and can use it in a simple sentence. Stage 4 is full word knowledge. You know more than one definition of the word, and you can use the word in various contexts. Okay? So to remember new words long term, we need to get to that 4th stage. If we get to this 4th stage, that means that we have a full grasp on all the word's handles, and we're not gonna let it go or forget it. To get to the 4th stage, we need to think about the word a lot, as I keep saying. If we only make it to that 3rd stage, which is partial word knowledge, we might be able to pass tomorrow's vocab quiz, but then we'll forget the word like right after the quiz. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe that's fine in some cases, definitely. You know, I'm not gonna argue that you have to like learn every word forever and ever, but when you need to actually add the word permanently to your language, or you're gonna need it for a final exam in the future, like more than 24 hours away, reaching only the 3rd stage is not gonna cut it. So the study hack, well, it's actually more like science if you think about it, for how to remember vocabulary words long term is to think about it. Break past that 3rd stage. And if you do, then that word it's yours for the rest of your life, or for like longer than 24 hours at least. So that's it. Give these tips a try and let me know in your comments or questions below. And if you have like figured out a way to study vocab words so that you don't forget them 24 hours later, and it has to do with this video, or there's other tips that you use, put them in the comments below, because someone else could read it and be like, man, that works for me too. All right, as always, please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, because doing so totally helps support my channel. And as always, thanks so much for watching.